What's up, YouTube? This is Radio Station here, and this is going to be episode 6 of season 2 of Mushoku Tensei Java's Reincarnation. So, last time, looks like we're gonna get started into a new arc, a new direction, some new faces, some from returning faces, and more of a gradual progression of Rudy. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, and this is something I feel like it's just so wrong with morally wrong with how people just try to frame movies like he just because it's appealing. I hate to have to bring this up again and again, but it's so annoying when people just look at it so superficially when it comes to their favorite series. They try to defend the hell of it no matter how shallow it may be. It's silly, honestly. Or some of them would prefer Evangelion, but clearly Evangelion has issues of its own regardless of how you think about it. That can be looked at in a morally subjective light. So it's just like, oh, criticizing this is okay, but criticizing those other fame shows is not. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, honestly, with how people are. It's called double standards, and I'm not totally exempt from double standards, but it's also like a personal thing. But I feel like when people try to make these sort of stances, they don't have good arguments. They try to feel like they do, but they don't. And I'm someone that just if I don't feel like I have a specific argument to make up for it, but I just try to explain as much as I can. It's just like, oh, it's just how I personally feel about it. But yeah, he meets Alien Elise. It did kind of feel a little skimmed over with that part, but its introduction, it's still pretty well paced. This is the last time we're gonna see Soldad though. Unless we somehow get a cameo of him later on, doing whatever he does. I don't think we'll see Sarah again, though. I hate what they did to her in anime-wise, as the one who read the source for the volume 7 from those previous episodes. It was kind of, again, I didn't like how it was done, but it is what it is. Maybe it's for the greater good, considering that, I mean, it's not like the shit with the One Piece where they have that thing like, where I have it like a continuous ongoing series. No, that's not gonna work out. The thing with One Piece is that it also worked against it as well, because it's just like, fuck, how are people just gonna really just be catching up after all these years? No, that's too much of a commitment for many. And like, I'm not saying you can't do it within a good time. I mean, but it just depends on like, is it worth it? In the end, it's everyone's decision. But yeah, Rudy gets an invitation, to the academy, and and basically, yeah, he's gonna. Either he's going to be this is the academy arc. We read the Harry Potter. No, just kidding. I hate that it always has to be. But when it has adverse magic, it's kind of just where we end up referencing in there. All right. But yeah, let's get this started. Wow, we kind of. Also, yeah, new opening and ending are gonna come in as well. So yeah, that's some cool shit. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. She was running short on gentlemen. She probably had to hang out with Rudius more as a result. Yeah, this is gonna be like heaven for her. Ah, and there it is. And there it is. There it is. She has to have sex every day, otherwise it'll kill her. Sort of like it's sort of like this. Oh, opening visuals. But yeah, it's a fucked up deal on it. Wow. Mm. There's like all those memories he's just kind of walking through. Bro, these visuals are like really nice. They're not the best things around, but it's kind of like I like the I do like how it's storyboarded. We're still trying to do soul searching basically, and he's just going and there's a lot of things he's just been going through in the during that meantime. I I hate that when you said genus, I'm thinking like best genius from fucking My Hero Academia. Oh, I fucking hate it, man. Yeah. Miss Roxy. Oh, she's didn't dressed him properly. Testing your, I guess you're testing your magic level. Fair enough. Because he's still trying to search for to fix his little dysfunction. And that's part of why he got recommended here. Oh yeah, it's Sylphie. Sylphie learned it. Sylphie was able to learn that. Remember, Sylphie was able to learn that sound casting from him way back when they were childhood friends. You know, during their childhood years. But he didn't. That didn't never came to mind. He's just. I mean, he's still bothered by this whole thing with direct function. So, and her hair changed. So it's not like she's gonna know him right away. And he's all caught up with his own shit that he just doesn't notice right away. Um. Oh yeah. I was about to say. Wait. That was the one oh yeah. Foresight. Ooh. he intentionally fired only like the teacher. The teacher healed him without chanting something. I wonder if he's. I wonder if he's good. I wonder if that guy is can do chantless healing magic. But Rudius, I don't think Rudius probably uh didn't practice chantless healing magic though. He never thought about it. He was just. He's saying he's just being, just repaying like guys. Just please get your shit out of the gutter right now. It's not that time yet. Wow. Wasn't sure. Well, sure wasn't like how it was in my college. That's why I just stopped. Yep, I'm a failure. I didn't drop out. I just stopped it. I was. I hate. I hate that he's just edging that shit on, man. I hate that you're saying that nonchalantly too. But Bruce is way too used to her game. Oh yeah, we saw them like in the episode 0. They must have gotten here like a lot earlier, and they've already made quite the presence for themselves in the academy. They, of course, they didn't. They're not disclosing the whole thing that they were basically being hunted down. Mm-hmm. But who this with the Solani, a bull or? Up. Yeah. Okay, even if I wasn't familiar, no, people, she's not. This Ariel is not gonna be part of the harem shit. You guys are thinking. Yeah, guys, just fucking stop it. The Fits, on the other hand, it's just kind of weird, but like you do see Sophie did change up her seemingly changed up her voice to be more like a boy. They on this cliff. So Boba! What the fuck was it? There should have been more smoke effects like that. The way he was running. Oh yeah, because remember he threw him up. It's so high he just fell down. Almost fucking broke that man's spine. Uh oh. Yeah, but he's not a particularly bright dude. So and he's like kind of too meek in the way. Well, that would be. Wait, I recognize that voice somewhere. Oh. Oh yeah, yeah. It's not one of those other two we saw back in the Dolia village. It's the older sister. Yeah, where the fuck did you get that Where'd you get those KFC chicken from, man? And why grilled? You don't have it fried? Purse, purse. Wow, man. Heard from heard about him from Maris. Uh, he's like this man. His voice. He's older, much older. Well, his voice aged a lot faster than Rudius's. Not so much a swordsman. Oh, that's that's a that's a name you didn't think you'd hear again. Wow. Wait, Miss Silent. Or is that he's probably thinking, oh, it's one of those emo kids I've read back in read novels in my previous life when that almost never showed themselves until later on. Dang, that's quite the massive academy they got here. Oh, he almost said Rudy because that's familiar. Like she's too familiar. Of course, Sophie knows it's Rude. It's Rude. Just like we said before, but Rude doesn't know this is Sophie. She doesn't want for for reasons that pretty sure they're going to touch on later on. He doesn't want he she doesn't want to reveal herself to Rudius. Like Oh yeah, because sculptures. Unmobile. What's the trouble? Trying to be. I don't. This guy's not. This guy's not here to be nice. Oh. Oh yeah. He did say. He did say something about him looking like Paul. And it speaks a lot considering those two ghosts he got at the side on the side. Okay, never mind. They do kind of know. They do know. Uh-oh. Phil's just set up. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Wait, what? It just occurred to him. Oh, fuck. That's obvious setup. Oh, crap. Oh, what? Is that the fucking gorilla from the time? it, wait, you didn't know that? Who the fuck said that? Why don't? Why? Why they didn't tell him all that then? Yeah, so you're just gonna punish? You want to punish him for following rules he wasn't even told about? Yeah, you wanna. You got kind of. You guys gotta remember, Fitz can actually clap a lot of people as well, considering she got the same sort. She can do chantless magic like Rude is. Goliath. not so the way he was trying to go outside. I mean, she should have said something though when she dropped it. She should have shouted out something. It would still end up with those girls with those fucking idiotic crowd just trying to get at him. Because she looks up to. Remember, she previously looks up to Rudius. Yeah, I remember when I was reading this part. Like I wasn't with it with the whole setup with the underwear shit. That was so silly. But at least it contributes something to in terms of you know, Rudius and Sophie slash Fitz sort of foreign relationship you're gonna have here. Remember, we didn't get much of Sophie in the first season. I'm not saying the whole setup like I know a lot of people are gonna have issues with that. I usually would, but yeah, those are really nice. Oh, I don't want to die. Oh, I don't remember which word specifically. Even it's been a while since I read the volume. Sorry. Uh, yeah, that concludes this. Does it feel eventful? It's kind of getting into the mix of things. Meets up with Fitz. You know, he meets Fitz for the first time, even though they really met before. Of course, he knows someone else. The thing I don't know how to dissect this. The whole setup is, you know, yeah, he goes in Cami. Yeah, he's usually just, you know, he's usually just there just to go to fix the erectile dysfunction thing. But then, I mean, like as he goes along, you know, he's looking through all this. He runs the Fits, and then all of a sudden, there's this something. It feels gradual. It's not like Bruce is gonna be suddenly is all of a sudden have to be attached to him because you know he sees her as a complete him as a complete stranger. Right now, Brutus is viewing Sophia as fits a him, but the way she has her voice like that. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if it was Skip. I'm pretty sure it was Skip, but she has to change up her voice in order to, you know, not try to for a specific reason. I think it was like because like you have two. If you like your if your right one of your right hand if like one of Arrow's right hand man was found out to be a female, that may stir up a lot of unnecessary talk that would cause a lot of trouble. You'd have to think, and like of course to seal an identity of sorts. Of course, like you know, Ruris, you know, the one of her other man is part of Ruris's gray rat. So is part of Ruris's you know gray rat family line or family tree of sorts, and he's not a very nice guy. I mean, I expect him to be a nice guy anyway. I never expect the guy like, but he's like one of those stuck up kind of stuck up, I guess. I mean, at least how the anime depicts it. But of course, like with everything like that, you know, with Mushoku Tensei, at least have a reason whether or not it's explained well enough or not. We also get to see Cliff. He's grown up. We see Zanoba. I mispronounced it at the first time, so my bad. But yeah, we get to see him again. He's a mixed bag for sure, but I do enjoy his antics. It's a little overboard at times, but I do like him. This girl, like, again, so I need to get to, okay, so the library, of course, is just pretty cool and all. You know, he's talking about, you know, he's thinking back to what the whole thing with I think the Hitogami talk. So the test itself, and yeah, they both have chantless magic, but Bruce got that foresight demon eye, so he's able to force, you know. So he was able to see things beforehand and be able to counter it. It's a nice start, and so about the setup with the panties, like it irked me when I remember reading it, and it kind of still irks me there. So the anime made it a little too long, in my opinion, his realization. But then again, it's just like he was minding his own business. And I hate the fact that he was not told all the rules, or maybe he just made up the rules and he was only told the very, very official ones. That, like, why is it that only girls are allowed out in these particular areas? What with him being like out is that it's supposed to be wrong? What if he's late into somewhere and has to just transverse between facilities and buildings? Like, what the fuck? And I get there. The thing is, like, I remember these sort of rules, similar rules before. I'm not so sure if they're as strict or anything, but it didn't get complicated. I'm just like, why? I can get trying to be completely safe and uptight and airtight with things, but it can make some very unnecessary complications, which more or less leads to Rios almost being ganged up on by those girls, and with that fucking female gorilla thing. I know it's a demi-human, but gorilla face, literally gorillade, yes, Goliath. So sorry. Thankfully, Fitz was able to disperse that crowd. I mean, I do feel like if that she should have at least try to say something, try to yell out something. But I feel like maybe that she's thinking, if I yell out, I might reveal myself or something, or like that I'm a girl and not a boy, and maybe she caused more unnecessary trouble because it was just attracting an even bigger crowd, maybe. And like, it sucks. It's a misfortune. I mean, my thing is, if they're supposed to hang it out to dry, those clothes out to dry, considering they use magic, why not use magic inside the house? I can get it's like trying to be more conservative and all, but I'm just like, come on, man. It's kind of silly. That's why I found it silly. I'm not saying like it's terrible because of that. I just felt like I didn't feel like it was a completely necessary route. That's how I feel. Like, I'm trying to, you know, like, because I can understand a lot of people not liking that particular setup. They're just like, oh, it's this silly fucking hentai setup, and I wouldn't blame them for feeling that way. But if you're looking at it the series so shallowly up to that point, and then you just try to, and it's just trying to help, it doesn't help. It doesn't help, and that's why I didn't like it. I felt like that sort of setup was unnecessary, and like the whole thing with the panties and all. that can already get a lot of people not particularly fond of the series a lot, and even more ruffled in their feathers, in their breeches. And for me, it's just, and for me, it's not even about that. It's more like, why that? Why would that? That just feels so unnecessary. Just like, why go to that route? But again, at least Fitz was able to clear things up, so that's nice. And even then, like, I can just get the fact that, when it's kind of funny when people say that, oh, it's trying to make everyone horny. But the thing is, it's just like, it's usually the aristocratic side. Like, most specifically, the Arthurian household, or the Grey Rat family, they're the ones that are horny because of the way they had to live out things. And then you also think that one guy with that one other Grey Rat guy, what was the guy? His name, Luke. Yeah, considering his presence, it's not out of woods. And a lot of people, I know, are gonna criticize Mushoku Tensei, just like, oh, they're just too sexually driven and all. And I'm just like, okay, I can get that, but does that necessarily mean it's terrible? Like, when I watch Mushoku Tensei, not much of that comes to it. Yeah, it is something that comes to mind. But at the same time, I'm like, so being a little more perverted is bad? What about when Berserk has a little bit too much gore? What if Black Lagoon gets a little too much of just killing people? What if, like, why have try to just go a little too psycho, a little too mental, or in other shows, like, it just doesn't make sense to me sometimes with these arguments against the series. And I'm not saying this series doesn't have its issues. It's just like, well, you came here expecting what? We're just suddenly become this pure, uprighteous young man just like that. Yeah? You probably watched Akudama Drive, got spoiled by such hollow gratification. And just, yeah, you want that. Okay. Not my problem. Not this series' problem. It's a you problem as an audience. Just complaining about things that you should have already taken into account, considering what you experienced in season 1. You're here and now you're there. I could get, like, just watching to see, the whole thing with the trash thing, but it's just like, can you at least not try to make these weird arguments of sorts, like, make a more fundamental, like, make a more reasonable argument, like, oh, the pacing is off, they felt like they heard this stuff, I felt like they should have went with something else. Not this whole pedo shit. Like, this is sexual shit. This is fucking sad. It's sad. It's exasperating. It's stupid. It's like selfish. You're in no better position than Rudius is if you continue saying and thinking stuff like that. Just saying. But yeah, that's. I mean, we also get a like of Mr. Silence, and you have to think who that is. The opening and the endings are really nice. There's nothing. The opening is really nicely done. I mean, it's not. I did get spoiled, like, because, like, we have these other, movie quality, high quality, more like top tier quality openings and trailers I've seen. They're just like, that one is just really good, but not the best thing I've seen. The best thing I've seen in terms of the opening in this season is from Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 and the Link Click Season 2. Link Click Season 2 was actually like very creative in a way, where they actually use the reverse while being conservative at the same time. Yeah. But yeah, that was. I'm sorry if I dripped off topic. I like this little part right here with Fitz. Also, I gotta remember, like, I'm glad they did at least mention a part with at least having a curse that she'll die if she can't continue fucking people every day. having sexual intercourse every day. A lot of people are gonna just say like, "Oh, this is so fucking like, oh, that's so fucking a lame excuse to just make her horny." And you know, whatever, man. Like, but what if I wanna compare something to? I'm just gonna get to this part right here. Okay, yeah, I like this part. But the thing I'm trying to make is like, it makes it feel sad because, well, it's kind of really just messed up to me because it's more like it's this sort of disease, like like some sort of terminal disease, or like maybe like an AIDS or whatnot, like a long term, like it's not curable. You're gonna have like long term effects, long term symptoms and whatnot. Or I don't want to speak this, but long COVID, and I pray to God I don't get. I pray to the gods I don't get that doesn't happen to me, but it's something like that. And Belena like literally has it, and her medicine is to have, and her medicine is that she has to regularly take is doing sexual intercourse. You know how much that fucking sucks? That's so then you have the thing Bruce will also try to help find a cure, or get someone else, or have someone else be able to help get help with Elise's curse. I mean, but they'll get that later. I don't know if like how much the anime may skim out or whatnot. I have no clue how it will do that. I just want things to be as well played. Like I don't want the disaster that was the first episode 2 and even episode 1 even. So yeah, I didn't. Or even episode 3. Well, the Soul Hours, at least they did well, but it wasn't told that like it was awful. It was just disappointing. So yeah, hopefully they could do this Academy thing. When you skim over. I mean, if it's kind of like if it's something that doesn't feel like it's supposed to be too elaborated on, just go through it. I mean, but don't try to hurry too hard, of course. Anyways, I think that's about it though for me to say regarding this episode. It's a good episode. It's not fucking crazy or anything. It's just solid. It's just solid, and hopefully we'll get back in the mix of things to be the Mushoku Tensei that I fell in love with back in episode 1. I mean, yeah, back with season 1. I actually like. It does suck that it doesn't have the sort of visually appealing charm that season 1 had, but it still looks much better than most of the other seasons out there. I'm just gonna be honest. And yeah, that's all I really gotta say though. Otherwise, smash like button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter. Support the YouTube channel, join Discord server, share the video around, all that good stuff. But that's about to do it for this edition of Mushoku Tensei. Researching signing off. See you next time. Take care. Stay safe, y'all. Have a great day. Peace out.